Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea and we talk all things cozy personal finance here on this channel. So let's go ahead and get started. So today we are going to be budgeting for September, for the first paycheck of September. So let's go ahead and get into it. First things first, I do love to start out with my September goals. And if you don't follow me on TikTok or Instagram, what are you doing? I'm just kidding. But I actually did share my goals on there. But if you don't follow me there, here's what my goals for September are. And if you see me looking down, my computer's right here. The first one is to budget for giving. Giving is something that is very close to my heart. And to put it very simply, I want to be more intentional about it. I budget for spending. I budget for groceries. I budget for fun. There's no reason why I can't budget for giving, especially when this is something that I like to do. And so I'm going to start budgeting for giving. Now, what are the logistics going to look like? What exactly am I going to do? How much am I exactly going to be budgeting? I have no clue about that. I just know I'm going to get it started. And you'll see that reflecting in this budget for this month. But again, I just want to be more intentional about that. Period. That's it. The next goal is to track my expenses. I've been doing this actually probably since May, June of this year, and it has honestly made me be so much more accountable for each and every expense. I will continue to do that because it is benefiting me and it's really making me think about each expense that I'm making and what spending category is it coming from and stuff like that. So my goal is to continue doing that, but I do want to be better about checking my expenses daily. I think once I check my expenses, maybe like at the end of the night or something like that, it does help me to be more accountable and help me to know more like how much of each category I have left over, like from my spending, groceries, gas, all that stuff. And it sets me up for success so that I am not overspending in any particular category. So want to continue that, just get a little bit more granular with how I am checking those expenses. I want to send an extra $225 towards debt. As you will see later on in the video, that's what I aim to do. Life is always lifing, and life really will tell you what's going on instead of all the plans, but that is the goal, to be sending an extra $225 towards the credit card that I am paying off at this moment. I also want to roll over $100. And what I mean by rolling over $100 is sometimes in my previous budget with me's, you'll see a category named rollover in my income section. And essentially all that is that I budget expenses for myself every paycheck. And expenses are my spending, groceries, gas, fun, other. Every single paycheck, so every 2 weeks. And sometimes I don't spend all of the money. And so what I do with that is that I roll it over into the next paycheck's budget so that I now have that extra money to use it towards an extra credit card payment, use it towards savings, or maybe roll it over into my expenses. So that's what I mean by rollover money, and I'm aiming to try to have $100 of rollover money for this month. Let's see if I can do it. I'm not 100% sure, but we're gonna try. And then I am going on a trip with my grandmother. I sound like a broken record, but one of my goals for this month is to make sure that I even out all of those expenses by the end of the month. And what I mean by that is I often put a lot of my purchases on a credit card to get the points, and just in case, for example, like if there's any sort of like fraudulent activity or there's any sort of money issues, that money has not come out of my debit account. So I still technically have the money with me, and I can sort out any sort of issues with my credit card. So I normally do tend to put things on my credit card that I have money for in my checkings account, and I just try to immediately pay it off. So essentially for this trip, I want to continue doing what I'm doing, but I just want to make sure that all the expenses and everything is evened out and zeroed out. Everything is paid by the end of the month. I do come back on the 25th. So that gives me more than enough time to sort through my credit card statements and move the money around where it needs to go. So those are my goals for this month. As far as the income, I was expecting the income to go back down to $21.59 like it normally is. And I just figured that because last month was a 3-pay month, that there was something interesting going on with the breakdown. But we're back at $21.71. Again, I will never complain about extra money. Just curious to see how things play out with tax season, and to see how that all plays out. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. But for right now, we did get paid $21.71 today on 9/12, and then we do have another payday on the 26th, which I'm guessing will be the same. But until I see that number, we are going to keep it at $21.59 for now. We don't have any rollover money for the previous pay period, but yeah, we're going to try for the next one. Now moving on to some bills. A couple of changes here actually this month. So as you may have noticed, if you have watched a previous budget with me, or if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, I normally budget for a Roblox subscription. And first things first, do whatever makes you happy. Do whatever brings you peace. You are not bringing harm to any other people. Go play your Roblox. No judgment over here. I was paying for that subscription for my younger sibling, and my younger sibling actually told me that they don't need the subscription anymore. So that frees up about $10 in my budget, and we are going to take it. Now that $10 is not going to be freed up too much because, quick sidebar, I did order the Oura ring for myself. As I get older, I'm noticing different things about my health and different things about myself that for the longest time I was going back and forth with like any sort of like monitoring device or anything like that. I have an Apple Watch, but mine is older and it dies super fast, and I haven't really been using it outside of just like using it to work out if I remember to charge it. But I did want something that gave me some more information, and I was looking into the Ultra Human ring for those who are invested in all of that. I did look at the Ultra Human ring, but I saw a lot of people saying that they had to return it within a couple of months because maybe the battery was dying, which I would prefer something like that just because there wasn't a monthly membership or fee attached to it. But I did finally decide that I did want some more information about myself. I tell my sister this all the time. Like, as I get older, I'm like very much in information gathering mode with myself and my body and the processes. So that's where I'm at. And I'm really trying to get to know my body more than just, you know, everybody wants to talk about BMI and all this other stuff. Like, there's so much deeper things that are going on, and I feel like the Oura ring will provide me some more information, which I'm super excited about. Actually, it should be coming today. It came very fast. So that is the plan. So if you're not familiar, the Oura ring is a monitoring device that will help you like track patterns around your sleep, track patterns around your menstrual cycle, track patterns around like recovery and working out. And it does also track workouts too. I think there's some you might have to manually enter into the app, but there's an app and it tells you all these bits and pieces of information about yourself. If you're interested in this, I definitely can talk more about it in another video. It was a bit of an investment. I did get the older generation of it, but again, it does come with a membership fee. So all that to say that I got rid of one membership and added on another, but the Oura ring subscription or membership fee, the first month is free, I believe, and then the months after that, I think it's like $6. And to be honest, there is a bigger investment up front, but I do feel like this is something that's going to be worthwhile for me, and I've spoken to my medical professionals about it, and I think it would be helpful for me to learn more information about myself. So we'll see. Am I going to fall in love with it? I don't know, but that's life. You know what I mean? So yeah, all that to say that I got rid of the one membership, and now I will be adding on another one. I think it's just starting next month, so you'll see that there. And then next up, my electricity bill finally lowered a little bit. I aimed for $130 and it came in right underneath $130. So we'll take every cent that we can get. I also put the giving category there just because I don't want it necessarily to go to a savings account. My thing is I'm thinking that I will maybe put some money towards like my general savings account now that's just like linked to my checkings account, and then put the second paycheck's money towards that, and then make some sort of donation or something like that, or use that money towards the end of the month with that giving amount combined. I don't know if that makes sense. So this paycheck, I'm going to put $25 towards giving, and then next paycheck, I'm going to put another 25. And I'm thinking of maybe using the whole 50 to maybe make a contribution, or maybe purchase something to donate or something like that. I don't know. We're going to figure it out, y'all. We're going to figure it out. I'm all over the place. This is very on brand for me. Welcome. This is truly it. Very scatterbrained all the time. So I put the giving category there because I didn't necessarily want to put it in a high yield savings account, because I'm just going to rip it back out and then do something else with it like at the end of the month. Moving on to our debt portion, we have the 2 Citibank credit cards, which one of them is my balance transfer credit card. Then we have my Apple credit card, and we have our extra credit card payment, which will meet that $225 goal that I'm trying to aim for this month. So next up, we have our expenses. And as you can see, normally they're like the same every single paycheck basically, unless something special is going on. But I did have like a couple extra bucks left over, and I wanted to grab a lip balm for myself that I really do love. My Summer Fridays girls, tap in. We go together like this. So I wanted to grab myself one of those, and there was just a couple extra bucks left over. So, and then next up for savings, we have my savings challenge, which I already plucked the 2 savings challenge envelopes that I will be filling for this month, which I think they were $80 and $95. Those savings challenge envelopes, which if you're new here, I asked ChatGPT to create a savings challenge to save, I thought it was $1,000. It's actually $1,500 by the end of the year. And I think I got rid of all the smaller amounts already, and now they're getting bigger, and I'm like sweating a little bit. I'm sweating. So we got $80 and $95. $80 is going to be filled with this paycheck, and then $95 with the next one. So we had to do a little bit of rearranging for that, but I'm gonna stick to it. Next up, we have health. Again, just appointments. Not new here. And then we have some money for travel, and we also have some money for events. And last but not least, our monthly breakdown visual. We love our visuals here. This is what it looks like. This is how it all breaks down. So in this budget dashboard that I created, it will pick up all of those expenses as you're entering them up. It will total it all up for you and then add it onto this visual for you, so you can really see where your money is going. And to no surprise, half of my money is going to bills. Shocker. Or a little bit under half of my money is going to bills. But I am super grateful that I am able to contribute more to savings and more to debt, because there's been levels to this, and there's been times where I couldn't contribute that much. So I am super, super grateful in a world of overconsumption that I totally participate in sometimes, and a world of constantly feeling like the grass is greener on the other side, and constantly feeling like things aren't enough. Sometimes we need to step back and look and think like, we've grown so much. I constantly have to remind myself to do that, especially as a person. I call myself a sink on Instagram and TikTok, and people don't seem to like that, but it means single income, no kids. So basically it's just me in this household. So it does feel even extra hard to manage all the bills in the household. And if something happens, I'm screwed, and just do everything on your own. So it's definitely very challenging to not constantly think of like, well, if I didn't have debt, or if I had X amount of money in savings. Like, we need to take a second to just pat ourselves on the back and congratulate ourselves for surviving in this economy, first of all, because what is happening, and just really celebrate the fact that we are here, we are doing what we can. Life isn't easy, and the economy and other factors like access to resource and stuff like that are definitely at play here and can make things a little bit harder. So I want you to give yourself a pat on the back right now. Yeah, as we are here talking. That's right. I'm so proud of you. You're killing it. Okay. So anywho, that is my breakdown for this month. Tune in for the next time because I will be sharing any sort of updates or changes that I make to this for my next paycheck. Now, the question of the video is, what's one like fall related food or drink that you're super excited to have now that we are getting closer to the season? Actually, I think it's like next week, right? Don't quote me on that because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm excited to go get some apple cider donuts. That's my favorite. Always love a hot chocolate too, like on a chillier day. Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up. So let me know yours in the comments below. If you're interested in this dashboard that I have been sharing with you, it also has an area for you to share your goals and make mini goals for yourself. It also has progress bars for your goals. It also has affirmations and little journal prompt script and all that fun stuff, and year-to-date totals for you as well for your income, debt, savings, all that. You know where to find that. If you're into this and some more like silly lifestyle content, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. That's where I'm most active on outside of here at Budget with Chelsey. And of course, if you loved this video and want some more, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If there's something that I'm not exactly touching on in this video, let me know down below. If there's something you'd like to see, something more you'd like to hear about. Again, I am so proud of you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk soon. Bye.